Welcome to my channel. My name's Nadine and I won the most amazing prize on breakfast TV in Australia. $85,000 worth of travel. First place we jetted off to was the Maldives. Please check out my videos of absolute paradise on earth. After a 5-night vacation, we headed back to the Malé airport ready to go to Singapore. And that's where it all went wrong. We were looking forward to a week in Singapore and had booked tickets home on Qantas. That was part of the prize. Things took a bit of a turn when we got to Malé last night. After the most wonderful week in paradise, we were flying home unsuspecting that things were about to go wrong. We got to Malé airport and it was a bit of a scary experience. The airport itself, you were shuffled around like sheep, man grabbing my phone saying, "Busy Akon, busy Akon." Anyway, it wasn't what he was after. He was after we were leaving Malé code. We got to the Singapore Airlines counter and yeah, that's where things went wrong. So it turned out we couldn't get on the plane. After a lot of toing and froing, asking immigration what we could do, the Singapore Airlines man was saying go stay in Malé. No accommodation, and we had been warned not to go into Malé itself. After a long hour or so, a lot of expletives from Jay, the solution ended up being we had to buy a transit ticket through Singapore. We ended up with a ticket to Dubai. We were able to get to Singapore overnight, no sleep, and we really have to have a conversation about people who lean back in those tightly cramped planes. Not cool. Anyway, so we made it to Singapore, pretty well deflated. Then we decided we might try the Singapore Airlines counter and just see what they can do. They were really helpful, really helpful. They tried to fix it from their end. They even tried to get us through immigration because we had all the paperwork. We had done everything right except for tick this little box electronically. That was our only thing that we missed. So we talked to the immigration people. By this stage, I was pretty well in tears because no sleep. I was over it. So Jay did all the talking by then. Anyway, we came back to the Singapore Airlines people. Shout out to those wonderful two. I wish I knew their names, but they got us tickets home to Australia, which were much more expensive than the ticket that we'd bought to go to Dubai. So they got us home. We're headed home tonight. Currently we're in a transit hotel in the Singapore airport, and I have to say, wow, what a facility. For $250 for 6 hours, we were able to get 4 hours sleep, a meal, a shower, no makeup, so woo. But oh, it was the best thing. And apparently there's a fitness centre, not that I'd ever use it. So if you have a long layover and you need a good sleep, I can thoroughly recommend the Ambassador Transit Hotel. So our trip ended a bit weird, but we're headed home tonight on Singapore Airlines, and I'm very grateful for what they did to help us get home. We found a quiet place to fill in time. I watched YouTube and Jay went back to his usual Netflix. He also enjoyed writing the travelators. On a personal note, I watched a video about Eamon and Beck. Beck is going through breast cancer. Today is my 4-year cancerversary, and it got to me. There were things I'd forgotten, such as having a needle the day after treatment. I remember the first chemo, like the video was about, and yeah, it seems like a lifetime ago, but there are still side effects 4 years on that do remind me of what I went through, and hair that I can't do anything about. You've got to always smile. We arrived home in North Queensland with 2 weeks of vacation time left. Qantas cancelled our booking and said we would have until the end of 2023 to use that flight. They didn't honour this at the time of posting the video, and I will let you know if they come through. We had a quick sulk at not being able to visit Singapore, and then Jay suggested, why don't we go to Disneyland? So we did. Please subscribe to follow along as we visit LA and I start on my hunt for Hugh Jackman's star, and we visit the happiest place on earth. I'm Speckled Pink that you could join me. See you next time.